Hey, it's Bill here. I wanted to talk to you, and I'm shooting landscape. See if this is any better, and it's going to screw up what I've already shot. It's not going to look professional. Hey, I don't do this professionally. This isn't a gig where I'm making money, and you're going to see thumbnails. Maybe, but first of all, I appreciate all of you that follow and watch and give really good comments. I really don't get any negative comments, so actually, I appreciate that. Uh, Different impact fees. I've bought some property in St. George and in other places along in Utah, and you've got to be prepared for three things if you're going to buy some property. One is fees. What fees are in your area? Okay, guys, my dogs, they chase each other. There's fees, and you're going to have to decide if those fees are okay for you to pay monthly while you build or get moved in. One is a water fee. Where I'm building, I have a water fee, even though I'm not building anything, and I have an HOA fee. HOA fee is only $50, so I'm good with that. And the water fee is only 22, but they add up. But the fees you really want to find out, and nobody wants to talk about, are the impact fees that you may have on your lot just because you're new people moving in and you're taking up that much more space. That fire department, the water district, they all want some kind of impact fees, and some of them are pretty heavy. Some of them can reach $10,000 when you put in a sprinkler system, which is mandatory now. Fire department wants you to have your own sprinkler system, so that has to go in, and that could be $7,000 to $15,000. There are other impacts from the city. The water may want 5 to 10 grand or more. So you could figure maybe around $20,000 on top of the price of the property or more on fees of what you are going to be spending. And a lot of builders have absorbed that in the cost per square foot. Cost per square foot, I'm going to challenge that a little bit, even though I've come up with a cost per square foot, because by the time you add stuff, you're no longer cost per square foot. You're just a custom home. And there's ways to work around that so you're not spending an extra 100 grand. So follow, like and follow, and tell your friends to like and follow. Because I'm the guy that doesn't have anybody behind me that I'm paying for or that's paying me to say anything. No real estate agents. I'll pick one. I'll work with some. And I've got a couple builders I work with that I may be considering working with. In other words, when I'm building my house. So I may save you hundreds of hours. And I may charge you for that once we get down the road or offer my assistance, but only if it'll save you 5 or 10 times what it's going to cost you to build a house. Anyway, be careful of the city you buy in. Be careful and find out what the impact fees are. You may have to call the city. City will tell you. You may have to find out who the head engineer or who's the head of building in that city, and they'll let you know what those fees are. They're getting asked a lot. Find out, because that's an extra 20 grand that could be added to the price of your house. Also, I want to talk to you about the cost of building right now. I'm assuming you're watching the spring, summer of 21, maybe even into fall or winter of 21, and price of lumber is high and fuel prices are high. Let's just assume that keeps going. Might be a good time to build, and let me tell you why. And this is just insider Bill, right? There's not a lot of people that's starting right now. You could have started 6 months ago or a year ago, but a lot of people are just kind of holding off. In the neighborhood that I'm at, a lot of people are just kind of holding off. And a lot of real estate agents own property there. And they're like thinking, well, maybe I can hold off and the prices go down. I think you're being stupid, because I believe by the time you start and you get your all your licenses and your project approved with the city, and you get rolling, lumber might go the other direction. Plus, every builder's dealing with this problem. There's builders quitting or having jobs not going forward that they have planned because people say, well, let's just hang on a year. So now everything that you're gaining by the price of lumber coming down, you're losing because you got a builder standing around who would rather keep busy than making it on both ends. So don't discount right now building a house. You could be missing out. So the price of lumber goes up. Let's say it adds 30, 40 grand to the price of your house. And I don't know the exact number because I don't know how much lumber. Some people tell me that it goes up 300, 400%. And go to your local Home Depot and they'll tell you exactly what it's gone up. And it's high. I'm not discounting that. But you got the rest of the house that most of those costs have stayed pretty normal, and solar has come down, and cement, depending on what's going on, really hasn't gone up, hasn't doubled or tripled, right? So consider the fact that the cost of things may not be a good enough reason to hold off, and you may have a really good builder standing around that could do work. So what do you want? Do you want no builders because everybody's building because the price of lumber went in half or broke, down, and everybody decides to build at once? Now you can't get a builder, or you're paying a little bit more for lumber, but everything else is in line. Or you're not paying a huge fee to have somebody build a house and there's not a huge cost plus. It works out. And so I'm saying don't be crazy here and hold off. And then lumber goes down, everybody jumps in, psychologically, it goes down 10%, and everybody's, okay, I'm going to jump in now, and then all the builders are tied up again. St. George, you can probably, I know I got my choice of builders right now. This is spring of 2021, and things can change, and the asterisk is I'm not a real estate agent, but darn near, because I bought and sold a lot of houses and bought properties and sold them, and I missed out on some good deals because I held off. So I'm thinking if you're thinking of moving, get this show on the road. It'll take you a year to build and get a house approved and get the thing going. Be the guy building right now instead of the guy standing around, because I think they're going to get busy again if things go down. And I'm not saying they're not busy right now, but I'm just suggesting. I asked my builder what's going on, how many houses. I just talked to the city, and they didn't have that many permits sitting there for holes being dug. So, darn it, you're going to move. It's like Bitcoin, right? And I'm going to do one on Bitcoin because I'm into this Bitcoin stuff a bit. You see it at 60,000. You say, well, I could have bought it at 8, and it was playing at 10. It went to 12, went back down to 8. Now it went to 20. It was too much then. Then it went to 30. Then it went to 40. Then it went to 50. Then it went to 50. I'm out. I can't. It's not the time to be out on Bitcoin, because when it hits 100 or 200 or whatever they predict it to do, and I'm talking about any of the coins, we always think we've hit it wrong. So if you need some confidence, you want somebody to help you with your build, like, subscribe, send me a private email, and I can tell you what I can do to help. So just don't be that guy, right? Don't be the guy that said, well, I should have gotten into Bitcoin earlier. I should have bought, right? The train's still moving. Don't discount that. All right. Look at buying now. If you can't buy, look at building. Buy your property. If you don't know where property is, I'll show you where they are. Think of me as the guy that did all the running around before and can be a wealth of knowledge. I still have some areas I don't like. There's areas I do like in St. George. If a house came up in Green Springs in that area and it was just right, I think I'd buy it and flip the property. I can be wishy-washy that way. I have missed out on more opportunities because I think it's going to go bad than if it went bad and I'd have got a little break on the deal. So go full guns. If you're from California or North, if you think you're going to move, go ahead and do it. Get this done. If you want a resource of persons to keep sliding. If you want a resource other than me, go listen to Grant Cardone on when you should sell a house. That's a guy, it's a real estate developer. I used to work with the same company he did almost 40 years ago. I guess it was 30. and he's turned into this billionaire or half a billionaire, and he develops properties all over the Sun Belt of the United States. I think he's got 40 or 50,000 apartments. It's just, he says, if you own a home, get rid of it. Like, there'll never be a better time. And he talks about the baby boomers dying, which I'm one of them, and their kids not wanting the house and getting rid of a whole bunch of houses. So who knows, right? But just make a conscientious effort of doing what the other people aren't doing, and you'll probably come out okay. Okay, that's it for now. Just ask the city, ask your agent. If you don't have an agent, talk to me, but find out exactly what your impact fees are going to be for building. You may be surprised. Each city's different. Also find out what power, forgot about this. Glad you waited to the end because this will be good. Find out what power company, there's 2 or 3 of them in St. George. One of them's called Dixie Power. And Dixie Power is the lowest in the United States. And you're going to be burning some electricity for air conditioning. So Dixie versus the other guys it's like half the price. So find out what power company I know that sounds crazy, right? But if your bill's $400 and could be $200, that might pay for that expensive HOA. So you get what I'm saying. I want to get a shout out to my dog who's been good. Zoe, Zach, where are you? Zach, come here. It's hard to get dogs to sit by in a studio and come here and be part of this. There's Zach, and that's Zoe. They were good. They were fighting earlier, so I wanted to give them a shout out. Once in a while, your dogs do what they're supposed to do. Anyway, have a great day. Good luck hunting. Like and follow, all that. If you can't find and you feel lost, send me an email at bill, BILL, at SATTREE.com. I will answer and try to help you out. Have a great day.